I want to build a recovery truck and I want to build a Jeep dually pickup truck, but our twist on a recovery truck is going to be a lot different than the other recovery trucks you've seen on YouTube. Low buck pickup truck. I think it's ugly in all the right ways.
About 5 years ago, I rescued this 1982 Jeep J10 pickup truck from an island up here in Washington, and it had sat on Craigslist forever. And luckily, I got to it before the guy scrapped it. Got it for $500, and I've always wanted to do something cool with it. And unfortunately, some things didn't go as planned, and my vision changed quite a bit from whenever I started this on Bleepin' Jeep. I had a need for a half-ton pickup truck. I wanted a half-ton diesel truck that had classic looks. It would be perfect for fishing and hunting and shooting, all the stuff that I like to do. But by the time I got it close to finished, I had a whole bunch of engine problems that I just could not work my way through because it was blowing out starters left and right, which I think was related to the adapter plate. And anyway, by the time I came up with a solve for all these problems, I already had a bunch of other vehicles that exceeded what this J10 could ever be as far as a hunting and fishing truck. So because I didn't have a need, it just sat around. Fast forward about 5 years, and I need some sort of a recovery and service truck for a new business that I'm starting. I need to build something for the Onyx Build Challenge, and I desperately want to finish this project that has been looming in the back of my mind forever.
The old Dodge has been my daily for like the last 4 or 5 months, and I've had to keep this whole thing quiet because they wanted to wait for us all to share projects at the same time. So now we're here at the first day to shoot the Onyx Build Challenge. It's like the very first episode for the Onyx channel, and I finally get to see everybody else's rigs. Some parts have been falling off of this thing. There's loose bolts everywhere, and whenever I loaded this to bring it here, the front bumper just fell off whenever it was on the trailer, and then it lost the headlight, unfortunately. This is what Colt and Rory are going to be building. AMC Pacer. I do like these. They're really cool, but there's 3 cars in this year's build challenge. This is an XJ, so you know it's Matt from Bleepin' Jeep. He likes the XJs. You might remember that I built one of these, so I have a soft spot in my heart for this. Rudy has his work cut out for him if he's going to build a rock crawler out of this. And then this is Fab Rats. Honestly, either Fab Rats or Robbie Layton are my 2 favorites here. I've always been a sucker for these old Willies. This is a 59. And Robbie decided that he wanted to become an overlander, I think. So he's got this like 69 Dodge, I don't know, something with a slant 6. Super cool. But here in a few minutes, we're gonna go up there by Ian and we're gonna find out what our competition is.
If you're like me, you've probably heard of a truck tug-of-war and maybe seen videos on YouTube, but I certainly never thought I would be involved in such an endeavor. But we were just told that that's the first thing we're doing on this challenge.
We were just told we're doing a tug-of-war. We're getting all lined up. Obviously, you would think maybe the dually Dodge Cummins is going to win a tug-of-war, but I've never done a tug-of-war. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I guess if we fail, it's probably not the vehicle, and it's most likely the driver.
The other one digs.
Hold on, he's locking in his hubs. He's locking in his hubs. I'm counting to 10 as slow as I can, Paul.
I didn't film this whole competition because I was in it, but if you want to see the entire thing, which I highly recommend you do, you've got to go check out the Onyx off-road video so you can see how this tug-of-war turned out and even some wheeling we did after. However, there is a little bit of a controversial issue here in the fact that in their video it's going to show that I lost to Holly, which was definitely an honest mistake, but whenever I got home and I went through my footage, I did not lose to Holly, but I can't beat up on Ian too bad. It was definitely extremely close to me losing to Holly, and I'm sure we'll sort it out later.
Now, we can talk about something very important. Why would I do a body swap instead of just an engine swap? I know there's gonna be a lot of people asking that, especially people who are full-size Jeep FSJ purists. Why would I bastardize such a great legendary truck? This frame it's a full-size truck frame, like, you know, 1500 F-150 size truck frame, but it's not heavy duty compared to like modern stuff. And what's funny is this isn't even really heavy duty compared to modern stuff, but it's at least a 1999 1 ton. It's a much taller frame. You get most of your strength out of the frame height, and it's boxed all the way until behind the cab, which makes it so much more rigid and able to actually handle the power and torque that's going to be coming out of this 5.9 Cummins. I have nothing against the little 5-cylinder Mercedes, but talk about an apples to oranges comparison. You cannot compare what this would have been capable of with a 5-cylinder Mercedes versus what this Jeep truck is going to be capable of with a nice, big, heavy-duty Cummins. I don't want to get too into the weeds with axles, but this is a Wagoneer 44 or Jeep truck 44. Back in the day, these were super popular for swaps into TJs and XJs and stuff. This has a Dana 60 in the front. This has an AMC 20 in the rear, and this has a Dana 80 in the rear. I know for sure, originally my plan was to keep this Dana 60 up front, but Matt hooked me up pretty fat with an 05 and up Super Duty, and it was cheaper to buy the used Super Duty than to put chromoly one-piece shafts in this. So this is gonna get a Super Duty front end. All right, the J10 is 132, 154.
This is a really big moment just because Matt and I have been talking about this project for like 4 or 5 months, and it's just been so much speculation as I've been using the truck and enjoying having a 5.9 Cummins again. But we just, until you get the tape measure out and you start pulling body parts off, it's just difficult to see how everything is going to fit. So now that we've pulled some basic measurements to see how big of a challenge these body mounts are going to be, which they're not, we actually lucked out big time, we will discover that there are some other huge packaging problems that we will have to deal with in the next episode of this series. But the first priority is just do what we know. We need to shift this cab around in a way that, I mean, we can trim some cab away too, right? But we need to shift it around in a way that it makes sense on this frame and also gives us enough space to put, I mean, I would like to use the factory cooling package just to save budget. So we'll see how it all dovetails in there.
I need your help building this truck. Which bed should I use? I'm torn. I was 100% sold on using the J10 bed back here and just building like some super rad like dually tube fenders for the dually J10 bed. But I'm looking right now and I am seeing a flatbed in my mind and I think it looks super rowdy. I am 50-50. So vote in the comments. Let me know which direction I should go. I will count them all up, and whichever one gets the more votes is the route that we'll go. I think that we can't lose. I think it's going to look super good either way. These Jeep trucks have such an unbelievable American truck look to me, and it's like one of the most underrated, attractive trucks on the road, in my opinion. So to be able to take a good-looking body like this and throw it on the chassis that it deserves, nice, tall, boxed frame, 5.9 Cummins. We're going to do a doubler. We're going to try to put together the most budget-friendly doubler that I can. I have done a crap load of research on which doublers could handle the power of a 5.9 Cummins, and I have 2 routes right now that are going to be like really affordable for what we're going to get. So we're going to have super low gearing. We're going to put an 05 and up Super Duty axle in it because I was originally going to use this Dodge axle, but by the time you buy the shafts and stuff to make the 2-piece drive shaft a 1-piece, and just, you end up in Super Duty cost anyway. So this one comes with so many parts, way bigger brakes, lockout hubs, you know, stronger tubes. I'm even going to use the radius arms from the Super Duty. This is going to help us save a ton of budget and then open up more budget for things like, you know, building a bed that's going to be able to handle the weight of a generator, a real welder. We want to do real trail repairs with this. I want to have a MIG welder set up in here with a gas bottle. I want to have onboard air. You know, I want to have drawer slides stuffed with tools so that we can do real trail repairs. This thing is going to be a one-of-a-kind truck with 2 inches, one in the front, one in the back. because this is like a dream that my friends and I have been talking about literally for decades, about how cool would it be to have a service Jeep that could go out on the nastiest trails, wheel, help people, and then wheel back out. That's what this is gonna be. And it's gonna be a backup tow rig for me. So you're gonna see some cool shots of me hauling my Samurai down the highway with a Jeep J 3500, we'll call it, on 37-inch dualies. Like, this is gonna be such a cool truck to own. So let me know what you think. Let me know which bed style you wanna do. And you know, stay tuned. This is gonna be rowdy. I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth between this and building out my new shop for the next couple of weeks. And then this will be the very first project we do and complete in the new shop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.